Hi, everybody. It's March 10th, 2026. And yeah, I don't know. There's something about like these Trump people in the apocalypse. They must really love the movie. Um, so, yeah, let's not look at the Epstein files. So, right now, Pam Bondi, I believe, is being questioned by Congress. She has such an imperious tone. How dare you ask me these questions? Who do you think I am? Do you know who I am? I'm the queen of the universe. Don't you dare question me. She sounds so entitled. Hey, Arlene. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Paramaran. How are you guys? Good to see you. Hello, Maine. Or hello from Michigan, I should say. Um, yeah, thank you for showing up. I am, I don't know, I'm overwhelmed with all these things like we are happening. But at the same time, I'm so grateful for, I know I obsess on them or perseverate on them or whatever, but the monks for peace, because they came at the perfect time into our consciousness. They're helping me so much. Hey, Linda. Oh, yeah, there's going to be storms here too, Linda. There were tornadoes in western Michigan, and there's a chance of tornadoes tonight. I don't know. I don't think in where I am, but I'm in southeast Michigan. But we're like in the high 60s, almost 70 or even 71. And it's really warm, but it's going to go way down within a week to like 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Does that make any sense? So, of course, the winds are going to be crazy. And yeah, we're in this period of time. I hope you're safe. I hope we're safe too. Yes, so I was talking about the Monks for Peace, and I get the YouTube notifications for Bhikkhu Panakara and all those channels just to remind me that my job, my mission, as I know it, is to stay in the present moment and not go down those hellholes, even though I'm aware they're happening. I pray and whatever I need to do in my own energy to I don't know if they say Bhikkhu says you can't control everything, but you can control the space you're in. So even though I guess I'm trying to say is even though I cannot control what's happening and it is affecting me, I can control what I'm feeling, the peace I'm bringing to the world. And that makes such a big difference because it allows me to be in the moment and to be at peace and to bring that peace here. Because I've always said from the beginning, this is a spiritual war. And they want us to be in despair, and they bring despair to the world, and they bring reasons for us to be in despair. But as much as that's the case, as spiritual beings, we need to transcend. We need to learn detachment. We need to learn to be anchors for others, to be balanced, whatever happens in our lifetime. And there's a Buddhist concept of impermanence. So nothing lasts. We come into the world, we're born into the world, and at some point we leave the physical world, but the soul is eternal. And that's a huge lesson to learn for inner peace. Let me say hi to you guys. Arlene, hi. Did I say, if I forget whomever I've said hello to and I repeat my hellos, no harm, right? Hello, Selma. Hello, Maria. Hello, Jasmine. So it's muggy in Oklahoma. Wow, you turn on the air conditioning. I'm not at that point yet, but I will be. I have nothing against air conditioning at all. So Carolyn, hi. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing at this time? At this huge time of change. But yeah, as I was saying before, that's where my mind's at right now. Just bringing peace in every step, as is the Buddhist way to find my balance and not to get taken down by this horribleness that's happening. That's so uh, impulsive and violent and crazy and just making no sense and so dangerous. Oh, hey, Jasmine. I'm okay. I'm okay. Jasmine asked me how I was doing. Here, I'll put her comment up. And so I just got over a cold also. So my energy, I think I'm doing a lot better, but I'm still, I still blow my nose. But I'm on the other end of it, which is really nice to be on that end as opposed to what I was feeling like before. Oh my God, Maria, I'm so sorry. I never answer personal questions here on this channel, as you guys know, because your privacy is important to me. If you wanted to contact me to have a reading, and I usually, it's an hour, but I do give half-hour readings if you want a shorter reading. My information is below in the video in the description box, and yeah, personal readings on anything like that. I'm not again, I always disclaim I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just talking to my guides, but my guides do come through as medical intuitives. But yeah, I'm always secondary to your health provider, of course. There are things that I do if I have surgery like that. I don't even know if I have the right to talk about some things, but one thing I'm not. I'm just saying that I would take if I were you that won't interfere with anything would be maybe tea relief, Medinashura, or it's it's a sports trauma remedy, but it has everything in it for. It's a homeopathic remedy for bruising and for incisions, and it's like, for me, it always speeds my healing up. And I really appreciate that I have it, but I'm not telling you to take it. That's what I take. You can get it on Amazon or any of the shops online, and health food shops, and get the drops. But no, I can't. I have to reverse that, right? Because I cannot be online suggesting these things for you, but for me, I like to take the drops, and I would take it frequently for first couple days. T, like the capital letter T hyphen relief, is what that's called. That's really, really excellent for me. It works for me. Oh, Arlene, you woke up saying today is my peaceful day. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I say that too. Today is my peaceful day. Today is my peaceful day. And it does change the energy. I've noticed it. It's it's an affirmation that saying it in the morning, and it actually is powerful. It's working powerfully for me. I like it. Oh, Jasmine, thank you. You don't need to send me healing energy. I'm already there. So you can send me kind thoughts, but I don't need. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not on the where I would really need that. I'm past that point to the other end where I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm kind of like in the cold period where your body is just like getting rid of, cleansing stuff. But I feel much better. But I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Artistic World. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Artistic World says, hello, Melissa. I hope you're well and staying calm. And I was talking about Arlene too. The Buddhist practice of being in the moment, right? Today's going to be my peaceful day. And also follow your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Let your thoughts go. They'll come, but let them go. And just at least 5 minutes or a few minutes of just bring yourself, like snap out of it and bring yourself into the present when you're in that state of fear, anxiety, or your mind's just running away with itself. Oh my God, just come into the present. It's so powerful. it starts it starts the day with a good vibe, Arlene. It really does. No, Jasmine, it's not tea tree oil. What I was talking about, the tea relief, it's a homeopathic remedy. It's not oil based. It's based on homeopathic remedies, which are highly diluted. Oh, Daniel, yay! It's good to see you. That's fine. And it involves a lot of different preparations of arnica. And homeopathically, it really speeds up bruising, and it's a wonderful thing to take. It's very gentle; it doesn't interact with any other medication. So Sandy's Miller has some suggestions. I wanted to suggest an aloe vera rinse for your mouth, but the oopsie, it slipped out, Maria. um, Sorry. So Sandy, for you would take aloe vera. Aloe vera is wonderful. I have aloe vera that I take every day usually. Um, oh, you're welcome, Jasmine. So, Daniel, how are you? I haven't seen you. Daniel's saying he's a little late. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Maybe I've just missed you. There's so much that has happened. So many questions I've had regarding what is happening, in the crazy, demented world of the tea people, the orange people, especially now that they've bought out the big guns and did their horrific war crimes, in Iran. That they're still doing them, and I ask my guides what's going to happen, and I have to really challenge myself because some things that I think are unknowable. Things like this, sometimes it's very hard to predict them. Although people like Gene Dixon and Edgar Casey and those guys saw them a long way off. But I think when they're up in your face, they're very hard to predict. And also, if I predict them, then it may start a lot of fear. So I grapple with those questions. Daniel, I assume it's going to spike. I'll ask the guides on that one, but I don't want to scare anybody because again, it pulls away from the detachment that I think we need to seek. Whatever happens financially, I will ask guides, but I have asked them. Oh my goodness. I'll ask my guides early. Pentagon, 140 troops injured so far. Oh yeah. It's the point, right? Cruelty is the point. That's a whole kettle of craziness to sort out. Like, what's really going on? Why is it really going on in terms of the attack on Iran? But let's see. Oh, that's nice, Daniel, with your grandkids. Yeah, they see 13% inflation for a short time, though. They see some kind of rebalancing. So even though it's like it feels like it's about to fall over, oh, the building's going to fall down. Somehow it rights itself, or it gets righted. So all these things we're experiencing are temporary, and people are making a kill. I have to say, killing on them. They're certainly doing that. They're making a lot of money. What's it called? Short selling or whatever the stuff. The Ludniks and the Woodcoffs and the Kushners of the world and the relations of the orange one and the orange one himself and that's what they live for. Like, oh, we're going to bet on this. We're going to, sell our Bitcoin. We're going to do this and that, but it's all so short lived. That's what I see. Jasmine says, good affirmation. There's nothing for me to fear. God's spirit of good is at work and divine results are now coming forth. That's nice. Is this a bad time to build a house? Again, if that might be another reason to have a personal reading with me, Rhonda, but I will ask my guides. My information is below if you really want to get into the details for your particular house. Insider trading. Thank you, Jasmine. Yes, exactly. It's mixed here. Prices are like spiking for all these goods. but you can still find deals. It's like a weird time where you could actually save money on building a house. I think maybe people really needing the work, but at the same time, there are some bargains to be had. You got to look into it. I think you got to look. You personally, Rhonda, have to look into kind of like if you wanted to build a house now, like what things are selling. I mean, I guess that's just common sense, but they're not saying yes or no. They're saying it's both ways. You always tell us, thank you, Daniel. You always tell us we are here for a reason. Think of all the other things that have happened in the world over the years. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. And that actually, that thought's been floating through my mind too. Um, yeah, and it's all leading up to this point, right? Oh, Rhonda, you're welcome. Um, is the Pentagon, if the Pentagon is admitting 140 deaths, you know it's more. Yeah, of course it is. Such a horrific thing. I feel like it's a challenge for the Pentagon, for the soul of America. I'm not talking about Hesketh's Pentagon, but I'm talking about our military. What are they going to do? Are they going to continue with this, or is there going to be a pullback? I heard that there is some conversation, like a doubt, not wanting to get involved, but then they're following orders. But I'm not sure. Can the military pull back out of their constitutional duties, their obligations? I mean, can they pull back because of them? And I pray for the military that they can pull back. All our souls are on the line, at this time. It seems. I guess they've always been on the line, but right now they're really on the line. And there's so much illusion, and what really went on in terms of this attack? Was it purely impulsive, or has it all been leading up to this? And like who was it that pulled away the intel on the sleeper cells? Who did that? And then you have Leon, invading Doge right at the beginning, and it seems to be a lot of like takedown of our ability to detect, domestic terrorists and that kind of thing. It's like our country is being dismantled, and it has been dismantled in terms of our protection. And my fear, and I think it's almost inevitable, but I pray that all are safe. That there's going to be some kind of a terrorist attack. They're making it more and more probable that we're going to get terrorist attacks. Why? So it can't just be because of the evangelical belief and desire to bring on Armageddon and the rapture. I mean, that is part of it. I mean, look at Hegseth. I think he thinks he's like they probably tell him, you're truly a God's warrior or something, because they have that belief to bring Jesus back. And then I always wonder, like, what the hell would Jesus say to these people? I mean, if you really thought about it rationally, which they won't, they don't have a rational mind. Like, what do you really think the outcome would be to get him back? You destroy the world. It makes no sense to me, but that's their belief is truly chilling. Let's see the questions here. Yep. The first, Daniel says the first 2 days of bombing, they spent $5 billion so far. It's like they want to break our economy. So that's always harkens me back to Putin, and him bringing this administration in to just totally destroy America. And maybe he's succeeding, although he's being destroyed at the same time. So in the end, he's not going to be around to appreciate it. He really hates democracies. Jasmine says it's getting so hard to find like-minded people to associate with these days. Where have all the flowers gone? But then I would say that the monks for peace in their 2,300 mile or more walk from Fort Worth, Texas to, they actually walked to Aspen, not Aspen, to Annapolis, sorry, through DC. There were so many people lining the roads. There were millions of people just with flowers, and there was not a time when there wasn't people out there just lining the roads to offer them a flower or an apple, or ask for blessings. So that is a huge part of a swath of random swath of America. So they're out there. They're out there. It's just that the media doesn't want us to see ourselves like that. They just want to reflect back what they would wish to see, which is everybody back in, Maha, Make America Hate Again, or MAGA. So I would say there are millions and millions and millions of us, but maybe not. People can live in isolated areas. Did you know that this Pasana Center, where the monks live, or the nexus of monks who created the walk, they're having a international peace gathering at their temple from the 2nd of May to maybe the 10th of May, and they're inviting people to go there to celebrate. And also, they're on a mission to go to Sri Lanka, and they're going to be given a cutting of the Bodhi tree that maybe, or a belief that Buddha found his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, and they're getting a cutting of that and bringing it back to the temple to plant. So they're going to have I think, a planting ceremony at the beginning of May. So if you can get there and you want to meet some like-minded people, you will meet them there. Yeah, that was crazy, walking through Mississippi, and people were just drawn to their energy. So that gave me so much faith in our country, to watch that walk and to know that we were capable of that. Yeah. Sandy Miller says, pray for the ones that are isolating themselves and afraid to leave their house. Daniel says, there's a runoff today in Georgia for for Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat. Will another Republican get it, or will Democrats? So is this a primary or the election? Is this runoff for the primary, or is it for the actual election? Oh, and before I answer that, or ask my guides, did you hear that little Mikey Johnson lost another Republican? He switched his allegiance from Republican to Independent just yesterday. And then there's Gonzalez, right, who's kind of the Nine of Wands, right? He's under what's the word? I can't think. I sometimes I lose words anyway with my cold. Yeah, he may very well have to resign. Gonzalez is the one who has that huge scandal. He was allegedly having an affair with his secretary, and then she set herself on fire. And her husband is he's out for Gonzalez. So he's not going to be there very long, I don't think, because my guides keep on showing me. My guides keep on showing me, like, it's really, Hakeem's there. Show me that for a while. This time thing, what they see as being soon, to me isn't always. But I feel like now, logically, it would be soon. Let me ask. Oh, I'll ask that first question about the primary. Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, that walk has changed my life. It really has. It's amazing. It was so important. Um, okay. Oh, now I'm a little nervous. I haven't, I didn't see certain people winning. I mean, I thought Jasmine Crockett. I was just assuming she was going to win, but she didn't. So I don't know. I may not be the best at predicting winners. I may have get too emotional about it. I'll ask anyway, but I'm not. My record isn't like 100% accurate. So, but I can ask. I can learn. I can try to hone my skills. Now, my guys are saying a Democrat's going to win that seat, but we'll see. Again, I've been accurate on a lot of things, but the elections are for me. Ah, I don't know. I don't feel so secure about that, especially because I saw Harris winning, and I know she won, but then it was taken from her. That's a very so it makes me even more confused about, well, what does it really mean about winning in this country at this time? But I'll just tell you what I hear from the guys, which is the Democrats going to win. And when's that election going to be? By the way, when is MTG seat supposed to be filled by? Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. So insecure. Uh, I believe they will be in charge before November, if not by November, because uh, Mikey Johnson is just he's just so terrible at his job. He shut the Congress down right now because he doesn't want anything interfering with the funding of the war. But people are. There was another congressperson that said he wasn't going to be running again. I can't keep these names in my head, but there was, besides the one who became an independent, and he said he became an independent because um, of the gerrymandering, and he was trying to blame it on like both sides or the Democrats or something. And I'm thinking, what the hell? The GOP that started this whole damn thing, you idiot. Really? And he's trying to separate himself from the Democrats and the Republicans as if he's above all of it. No. If he was belonged to the GOP at any time, please, he carries the same blood on his hands. He really does. He says he's going to be caucusing with Republicans, but he's going to. I think he thinks he has better chances of being elected as a Democrat. Sorry, as an independent than as a Republican. That's basically what it is. Oh, hi, Steve. I'll get your question in a minute. Let me see what other questions there are here. Oh, up. I haven't asked. She's asking about what's going to happen with the measles. I'll ask in a second. Daniel says Runaway Johnson. NASA announced there's a satellite falling to the Earth sometime today or Wednesday, but nobody knows where. So watch out, everyone. Oh my God. I still blame what happens with NASA on Leon. It's probably one of Leon's satellites. Oh my God. Yeah, it's all like about no accountability and disasters and putting the worst people in positions intentionally. So, okay, here we go. Measles, and then I'll answer Steve's question. Measles is going to spread and continue spreading until we have to do the vaccine thing again. That's why vaccines were mandated anyway. Yeah, and I'm a believer in alternative health and everything, but for some things, vaccines are kind of necessary to control it. Yeah, that's what the guides say anyway. So, be safe out there. I'm not saying you're going to get measles, but measles are a thing. Thank you, RFK. So Steve Myers is saying, question, did none of the Judge Cannon assistants wear a wire? Huh. On whose behalf? Are you saying, did one of them wear a wire? I'm hearing no. I'm hearing no. And you can give it to me in context, that question. Let's see. T-Lynn, hey, will Monte Mayor of Tennessee be successful in her run for Congress? Yes. That's what the guys say right now. Yes, they say. Oh, so I shouldn't blame this on Leon, Linda? It's a satellite that NASA put out there years ago. It has a part of satellite still out there. Well, it'd be nice if they knew, they could locate it. Jasmine, Melissa, there was a Black Texas voter who had tears because she went for her polling place. She was told she couldn't vote there, had to drive miles away, and she missed voting. Oh, that's terrible. Did that just happen? There's going to be a lot of hijinks like that. A lot of them. It's not time to go to sleep in terms of voters' rights. Though the guys do show me that for the most part, by the time of the midterms, and I'll ask them again today, there will be fair elections. There will be the majority of them. They're doing everything they can to shut it down, but they won't be able to. And the reason why is because although they may be successful in a way on the margins of who they consider minorities, it's the majority. It's their people who are going to be voting against them, that they will completely miss not just the Hispanic voters, but the Caucasian voters who they thought were a sure thing will be voting against them. They really misunderestimate the effect of their policies on just Midwest America and rural America, who they think are the poorly educated. You remember Trump saying that? I love the poorly educated. Well, he's got another thing coming because they're not going to be able to suppress that, and they won't even think about suppressing it. They really think that they have this core that are going to vote for him, but that core to vote for their people, but that core are not. Yeah, they're getting whittled down. And it's their own doing. What? What was she appointed? It says Erica Kirk appointed to U.S. Air Force Board by 45. Cheelan says, "Oh my God, okay, yeah, 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 yeah." She's just one of his staple, uh, you know, people like Bondi, and I think that so many of them have just been curated over the years, and I've always thought that Erica Kirk was not quite what she seemed. Not that I want to get on board with Candace, because I think Candace is also I think she's a very Tulsi Gabbard-ish, if you know what I mean. And she's coming from a particular place, and she's paid to say particular things. And don't forget her values. Don't forget Charlie. He was not his heart wasn't open for love and peace. He was also. I mean, it's dangerous, I guess, to criticize Charlie these days, but he wasn't exactly like a liberal, right? Think about what he stood for. So where these people are coming from, with all of them are coming from a very, very dark place, very negative place. Hey, Donald. Oh, for sure. GOP lost Hispanic and Hispanic men. Yes. And it's getting worse for them. Worse and worse and worse. They just can't, they're so unpopular that however they try to suppress in the way they used to, I think they've dug their own graves. That would be a good metaphor. Jasmine Crockett's voters in Dallas were disenfranchised. The people there are saying many blacks in Texas say they're going to write in a candidate, not voting. Is it for Tallarico? Yeah, but that's not going to be helpful either. In the end, I believe they will vote for Tallarico. I mean, that's a divide. We have to be careful about the kind of like insidious social media forces that kind of try to come in and drive wedges, and that they'll come from the left or the right because behind them is like Russia. So in the end, there's Tallarico is Democrat, and in the end he would be voted for. I mean, is it let the GOP win? Is that going to be helpful? So I don't know. I think that's going to come and go, and I don't think Crockett wants that. And she hasn't. Oh, I was going to tell you guys. I did ask about Jasmine Crockett's future, and it's pretty good. She's going to be very important, a mover and a shaker. She's not going anywhere. Sometimes it's just not fated. It wasn't fated for her to be senator right now, but that doesn't mean she's not going to be a senator. I keep hearing governor for her. And Tallarico will win, they say. GOP lost all people who are disgusted by the ICE goons. They won't vote for Dumpy. Then the war, too. Yeah. And I also heard that within ICE, there is a lot of unhappiness there. People who are not happy, who were told, who were lied to when they signed up. So there's a lot of losing support ICE is losing support amongst its own employees. They're not all like together on this Gestapo thing. T-Lynn saying, Monty Matter, very smart, raised outright, had her awakening early. She studied theology her entire life. Interesting. I hope Jasmine becomes Speaker of the House. That would be awesome. So, there's going to be a Democrat there. I think it's going to be Hakeem Jeffries. Now, her seat's been gerrymandered out. That's why she ran for Senate, or wanted to run for Senate. But I just see her as a governor or something like that, like where her path takes her. Yes, that's what I've been saying, Leslie. Leslie asks, will the Dems have a majority in the House soon as Repubs quit early? Yes. It only has, I think, I keep on hearing 2, and then somebody quits, and then it becomes 2 again. But I think it's down to 1 right now, or very nearly down to 1, and that one's going to just. The guides say very soon. It could happen anytime because there's other Republicans who are backing out who might quit early. Not just 1, but maybe 4. Like within several weeks, 4 just saying, I'm quitting, I'm going to leave now, or yeah, that's what they say, or some other reason. But Hakeem, I'm going to envision Hakeem as the speaker because he's a minority leader now. Yeah. Oh, they only need 1, and then it's been so crazy to watch them falling like that. My God showed me that would happen over time. And now it really is happening. I think it's amazing. Yes, exactly. Jasmine has a very bright career ahead of her. I think a role where she would make more of an impact than we think. That's exactly what my guides have been showing me, empath. Yeah. There are two. Are we talking about House members, Leslie? There are two repubs under ethics investigations, which will go away if they quit. Oh, is one Gonzalez? And if one's Gonzalez, who's the other one? Leslie, can you tell me or anybody? It's hard to keep track, isn't it? I keep on hearing, but a lot of them are retiring. I mean, a lot of them are whether either they're going to stay to the end of their term or they're just going to leave. I'm not sure which. Oh, Nancy Mace. Oh, and she's pissed off the orange one, right? She's in his crosshairs. So. Oh my God. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if Jasmine became the Attorney General? Oh, it'd be amazing. She's so wonderful. There's so many wonderful people out there to come into power, just so many. So that's a positive to think, a thing to think of is if this current fascist regime falls apart and disappears, we have a lot of good people to take over on our side, on the Dem side, and so much to fix. I'll ask the guys. Well, they're saying better than I can ever imagine what's coming. Even from the devastation, from the ashes rises the phoenix. Yeah, I wonder if some GOP will quit soon as to distance themselves from 45 self-imposed bullseye. Yes, that Iran will most certainly try to hit. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too, and who they might target. I don't think it's they may target the American people, but I think they're looking for an eye for an eye. Basically, I think that's how they roll or how they want to roll, and they can't. Don't mess with the Iranians. Don't mess with the Iranians. Netanyahu and the Orange King and um, you know who did like have they not been living on this planet? They might have taken advantage of an opportunity, but it's not going to work out the way they think it's going to work out. That's pretty funny. Erica with 3 Ks. You know what that means? Have I ever done a past life on Jasmine Crockett? I have not. That's such a great idea. I should do that. I've, I've done a lot of past lives and on a lot of female dams. I think I am going to do that one. Thank you. How do your guides? Oh, this is from Tulin. How do your guides see exiting this 45 war no one wanted? Son of the unalived leader is now a new leader. Yes. Oh, yeah, but he lost his wife under the same attack. Yeah, so this is the Iranians have vendettas. They're not going to forget, and they have capabilities. So I don't know. I do see certain victims, but I kind of don't want to say. You know, should it happen, I'll say, oh yeah, my guides showed me that, but I don't kind of I don't think I should. I don't think it's appropriate to say who I think is a um yeah target right now. Probably not a good idea. Yeah, we just talked about that, Leslie. One House member just changed from Republican to independent. I believe he was from California, was gerrymandered out of Republican majority. Yeah, and he's angry at Governor Newsom, but come on, it's not new. Newsom reacted to Abbott, right? Abbott's, Abbott's the one who started the whole disaster for the GOP because he freed up these districts that in other past circumstances would be like red, but now no, like they're not red anymore, and they're very possibly blue. So Netanyahu lost a brother, like in this war? Can you clarify, JC? Huh. Jasmine saying Putin's recent health fears, bulging veins, limbs, uncontrollable shaking, Parkinson's fear. Well, he's been sick for a long time. I think the last thing I heard was that he had abdominal cancer. He's not well. And I heard, though I could be wrong, and can anybody else tell me if they also heard that Netanyahu has blood cancer? I know I saw that on YouTube somewhere. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I did see that. Pretty also, but this Yahoo war has been itching for decades. Yeah. Oh God. If only he hadn't, come into power. Netanyahu, if only he hadn't. Oh yeah, they'll have fun. The Ducks will accomplish a lot when they can get their power. They're chomping at the bit right now. I think they will, for sure. Oh, I didn't know this, Steve. Putin was addicted to Botox and probably still is. Interesting. And he's not doing very well. He can't. I did hear that he's telling, I don't know, this is what I hear, and also I'm just a psychic talking. I'm a gal talking to her guides. What do I know? Entertainment purposes only. But I heard that he's given Iran our secrets, like where our locations are and things. I don't know what that's about either. I know that Putin is an ally with Iran, or Russia's allied with Iran. This whole war thing is very confusing to me. Teresa says, "Hi, Melissa. Going back to the beginning, since I'm late. Blessings to all." Okay, thank you for being here, though. What have I missed here? Wow, Jasmine, I didn't see that until just now. Survivors testify in the Knesset about organized childhood sexual abuse. There's networks in Israel. Well, I guess it's not surprising more and more with the Epstein files being released. You see his connections with Israel. So, it's too bad. But I'm glad that they're testifying. I'm glad that the truth is coming out, of course. I'm just sad for the survivors. Jasmine's asking, Melissa, please ask your guides if Mr. Hot Wheels will lose his upcoming election. A Hispanic woman, Hinojosa, Democrat, is running against him. Who are we talking about? Who's Mr. Hot Wheels? I feel ignorant, but I don't know. Steve is asking Question: will the election subversive case go forward this year with Musk altering the elections with Russia's help? So is that a subversion case in our Congress? Because I know the French have been looking into that, have been investigating that. So is that to do with the Congress? Can you tell me, and then I'll ask? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. In fact, Melissa, it was on major news outlets yesterday that Putin gave Iran U.S. intel. So my question to my guides has been, I thought that the Orange One was in total control of Putin, and yet here he goes and does this heinous act, which is now destabilizing the oil economy. I have seen certain people say that it does help Putin, but is this a conflict where Putin is on both sides? I heard that T-Rump spoke to both MBLS and is it MBS or MBLS, Saudi Arabia, and also Putin the day before this thing took place. I'm not sure. I'm very confused about this because the Straits of Hormuz and what's it doing to like the oligarchs? There must be oligarchs that aren't particularly happy about what's going on. This word confuses me, so it's really hard to ask clearly to my guides because I will get there though. What do you think will happen to the Orange Man's bad children when he's gone? Will they run away to a foreign country? Even his allegedly even his granddaughter's been selling merch using the White House as a kind of backdrop, which is not kosher. Everybody gets corrupted in that family. So I didn't answer that question though, Steve. So let me answer that. Will the elections go subversive case go forward? My guides say yes, it will. It will go forward. Wherever it's going to happen, it will go forward. Yes. What will happen to his children? Yeah, I commented on it, but I don't think I answered. There are a lot of consequences they will pay. I think they'll have to give their money back. I think remember how Jack Smith was able to, appropriate money? I think it was a RICO case. Their money will be appropriated. That's what I see when we actually have a government that functions for democracy. I think they're always going to have some money, but I think the billions of dollars that they made, it's gone. And they'll float about. I mean, unless DJ T Jr. Gets some, and this is just according to me and my belief, some rehab. I don't think there's a good trajectory for his future. And the other one, I think when his father passes, I think he will just be inconsolable, and I think he just won't be able to function very well. So I don't know. It's not good for either of them, but we can blame that on their father. So, Jasmine, was this an answer to another question, Abbott? Heartbreaking, the losses we've already endured in this war, no better than one puts his. Yeah, well, that's exactly, T-Lynn. Yeah, that we're doing exactly what Putin would do, and that's where I think Hesketh actually learned his military strategies from. We're doing exactly what Putin would do. Yep, I think it comes from there. I think there's a lineage. Teresa says Russia got their sanctions lifted, Bibi got his war, Trump satisfied both masters. Thank you for pulling it together. Oh, government Abbott is Hot Wheels. Can you ask the question again? Because now I've forgotten the question. That's a great name for him. Oh yeah, no, of course he doesn't. So, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to be able to choose Lori, who's the leader is going to be. They think it's like Venezuela. It's not like Venezuela. And even if they kill him, they'll get somebody else just like him. He doesn't understand the difference between Venezuela and Iran. And I think he went into Iran thinking it would be just like as easy as Venezuela. Although Venezuela is not easy, I think what's gonna happen with Venezuela is that people there'll be an uprising, and then he'll have but I don't think he'll be around when that happens. But they'll form a democratic socialist type of government. It's setting a lot of things into action that these guys don't. These bullies, right? They're bullies. That's what they are. We bully this country. We use everything we got, and then we get what we want. But they don't understand. Iran has theology. Their government is a theological uh, government. It's not just based on a form of government. Their beliefs and their spiritual beliefs inform their government. So that's a whole nother kettle of fish that he just doesn't understand. And of course, how can the Orange One get that? He has no spiritual belief. He doesn't understand it. He believes everybody can either be bought, bullied, or sold. And that's his framework. So, Linda, who's the leader that's been picked? So Iran has the Ayatollahs, but they also have a president. So the president is alive. The Ayatollah, who was 90 odd and probably on his way out, and some others were unalived, but it's not that easy. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jasmine. So Linda, will you mind clarifying? I don't understand. Um, I just lost the thread, I think. Um, oh yeah, I'm getting that she will win. Oh, that will be a wonderful day for Texas. BG says, Jupiter goes direct today. Any message from your guides about Jupiter may be helping bringing an end to this regime? Be happy to ask that. Yes, it will. And I could be wrong. I apologize for this, but I've been getting this. This war will stop. And right now, the intent is to inflict as much damage as possible, so they can choose a leader and control the straits. But they have a time limit, and there are various people behind the scenes that are saying, "You have to stop this. You have to pull out now. This cannot go on any longer. This is disrupting us too much." And it's a UAW, is that, or UAE? Sorry. Um, who's asking them? There's many oligarchs, many important people that they're really behind the scenes, like the Koch brothers and the Heritage Society, people like that too. They don't want this war, and it's like they're dealing with children, but they'll have to, stop the game and put their toys away. That's what I hear. And then what a mess, and the consequences from what we did. There will be. I don't see mass casualties as much as targets, and maybe targets high up in the government, in the U.S. government, and is the Israeli government, like, they're going to target people. I don't know. I mean, according to my guides, I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. Oh, so many interesting comments. What am I missing? Well, Linda, are you saying that the Ayatollah was replaced? Yeah, his son replaced him, who's very similar to his father. Yeah, that's who replaced him. Yeah, his son is the new leader. Correct. Yeah, exactly. Ayatollah took his place. I just wasn't sure exactly what was being asked. Steve Meyer saying, is Putina was poisoned many times? Oh yeah, Linda, it's okay. We can Google it or whatever the name. It's okay, because Linda's saying I don't have his name, but don't worry about that. Jasmine says the good book says God will punish the children and their children for the sins of the parents to the third and fourth generation, and I do believe that because the Quran is a mixture of Judeo-Christian beliefs and Muhammad. So I think that's in there. I think that belief is in there. I see it very much as eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. Artistic World says Jupiter expands everything. T. Rump Epstein and Putin. Hi there. Oh God, they're all. It's so insane that they're all tied together by the Epstein files. Everybody in his administration is, even potentially Bondi. I heard, socially or whatever, or was one of T. Rump's beauty pageant contestants and mixed in that world allegedly. I don't know. I just heard that. I don't know. Um, Oh, that's wonderful. CJ Chan says it's reported that Iran is heavily mining the waterway. I can imagine they would. What nightmares. Uh, Jasmine says Trump today was crowning little Marco Rubio to replace him. JD gave a response and said, we're all friends working together. Hate each other behind the scenes, of course. So, CJ, you're saying that Netanyahu's brothers was killed in strikes in this strike? Or in strikes in the past? Because Netanyahu is getting on there. I don't think his brother would be a active soldier. Yeah, no one likes JD. No one likes JD. No one. I don't think so. Is the SAVE Act, has it passed? I thought that it will be kind of like, I think it will be dismantled. I don't think it's going to actually, I think they might take it up to the Supreme Court or something, but I don't see it. I don't see it being effective. I could be wrong here. Oh, here, seriously. Oh, maybe that's what I was getting. My understanding is that the SAVE Act wouldn't go into effect until 28, and I think the SAVE Act will be dismantled. I don't think it. I think it will. Oh, it hasn't passed yet. Thank you. That's what I thought. Oh, wow. His brother was killed in one of the current. So you're saying Netanyahu's brother was killed in one of the current strikes on Israel? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. But that's what I'm talking about. I think the people who are going to pay the consequences are high up. Oh wow, we're already at 4. So, but I don't like to end abruptly. I did want to talk about something though, because I'm actually involved in it, I guess. So, a woman called Carrie, who is called also known as Tarot Soul Writer. She did a documentary interview with me. This was back in 2023, I think, or somewhere around there. And so there's a lot of people in this documentary. She just wanted to get various takes on how various, spiritual uh, readers and psychics and etc. like experience the pandemic. And there's a lot of people that she interviewed. She gave me the link to the trailer just the other day, and sent me the link, which I think I can give in my channel or like on a post. So there's a lot of people in this documentary. Okay, a lot of people. Linda Grindle's in there, David Johnson, Irish Granny's in there. There's at least, I have to say 20 of us or something, if not more. And yeah, I'm in there too, so I might as well mention it. And I don't know when it's coming out. It's going to be in 9 parts, and I haven't seen it myself. So I vaguely remember. I do remember this interview. I don't. I remember it, but I guess when I use the term vaguely, I don't exactly remember what I said, but I'll find out. So I'll let you know about that. It should be interesting to watch, to see how. Oh yeah, Way of Positive Change. She's in there too. A lot of us are in there. Just for your interest, and I'll let you know. You want me to keep going, Jasmine? um, so yeah, FYI, that's all. CJ says Trump is currently threatened not to sign any legislation until Congress passes the SAVE Act. And when do they ever pass legislation anyway? Like, they're the least productive. Thank God, Republicans. Think of all the time they've had off. I mean, especially the GOP. I mean, how it's probably makes more sense to find out how many days have they actually served. Johnson seems to just shut the house down It's so undemocratic. I think when the Democrats take charge, they have to make that impossible, except maybe for some really extenuating circumstances, I guess, to be able to just shut the house down just because you don't want the people's uh, business to go forward. How can that even be? It makes me so angry. Oh, thank you, T. Lynn. It's fireglass or firefly glass. That's what it's called. It's man made. It's one of my favorite things to wear is firefly. My my bracelets are firefly glass too. Okay, you guys. Oh, Linda's saying I always saw 45. Knew he was getting kicked out. He would put the yeah. I'm going to take that. I mean, it's possible, but I'm trying not to see that at all because that would be highly unfortunate. I can ask my guides about that. Would he? No, he wouldn't. They always have told me not nobody, but the people who have the codes, he doesn't have the codes. They didn't give him the codes. They never have. I don't know if that's true or not. We will find out, I guess, but I don't see that happening. Firefly, Selma. Firefly glass. Uh, I have dragonflies around me, but the jewelry I'm wearing is the majority of it is made with firefly glass. CJ says, also A.G. Paxton, Texas threatens not to drop out of runoff with Corin unless they pass the SAVE Act. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, God. They don't know how to, don't know democracy. They just know cheating and bullying, breaking laws, these guys. BG says, Earth School is too important for him to nuke it. All of our souls have lessons to learn. Okay, Jasmine asked this question, but I think I have to go. So would you mind remembering that for next time? And then I'll ask my guys, because it's a way off. The midterms is still a way off. So we're going to find out, yeah, who's going to be counting the votes for the midterm elections. I do believe that my guides say they'll be free and fair. So whomever usually counts them will count them. That's what I think. But next time I can ask my guides, just to confirm. Yeah. Again, I will end this by saying we can. It's not that we cannot be in fear. It's the recommendation, okay, for the mindset for us. And you can do as you please, but it's best not to be in fear because it's really important to, as the monks say, as Bhikkhu Panakara from the Monks of Peace says, we can't control always what's going on out there in the world, whether there's peace or not, but we can find peace within ourselves and we can be peaceful, and that brings peace to the world. That's our power, our superpower, through meditation, through mindfulness, so through detachment, not through fear, not through, we can run around and worry and worry and worry. It's not helpful. It doesn't mean we don't care. It doesn't mean we're not compassionate or that we won't do everything in our power to stop it. But peace begins within, and please don't forget that. You don't have to believe it. I don't want to be dogmatic, but I truly, truly, truly believe that. So we need to calm our nervous systems. As I heard a psychic talk yesterday, I don't remember his name, but he talks about that. My guides say that too. A big part of our spiritual practice needs to be calming our nervous system, self-care as we move through this, because we're empaths, and so of course we're going to be affected by it, but it doesn't help to let it destroy our spiritual or sense of well-being. Did that make sense? Of the peace that we experience within changes the collective, and if enough of us find peace within ourselves, it will bring peace. Okay, does that make sense? Next time I'll try to explain it better, but But that is what my guides tell me. That's what I believe, and that's what my whole being resonates with that. Okay, I hope that helps. So, what do the monks say? May you be peaceful, may you be happy, may you be well. You know, I love you guys. Yes, exactly. We have to wait for the others to wake up. Well, we have to wait for the others, but we don't have to wait for ourselves to wake up. We can wake up ourselves. So not to wait for others to wake up, but your mission, your obligation, if you choose to take it, is to wake peace up in yourself. How do you do that? It's really, really important. And how do the monks do it? How does Bhikkhu Panakara talk about doing it? And you can like download his. He talks every day about just very simply, uh, you know, paying attention to your breath, breathing in, breathing out through your nose. You can put your, what does he say, your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly or at your abdomen, and you just follow your breath. And when your thoughts come, just let them go. Don't follow them down. And just come into the present and try to make that a practice. And that's how you do it. And he also talks about compassion and kindness. Yes, exactly, BJ. Find the peace and project it out. Not wait for the peace to be in the world. Bring it in through yourself. That is what we need to do. And we can control that. We have control over that, okay? Not waiting for whatever's external. Work on the internal right now. Tanek says, thanks, Melissa. We will bring the peace. Keep radiating through your heart. Thank you so much. You too. Bless you. Yes, there is an outro. It is a new outro that I downloaded. Not necessarily. I mean, I think it's something that I probably generated for one of my past videos, but I haven't done it on a live before. I will be back next week, okay? If not sooner. I love you guys. Take care, okay?